Hello, hello, hello. I hope everybody is doing well today. I'm doing good. Or tonight, rather. It's tonight. I'm doing good. Got a little bit of I don't know if it's allergens or a cold trying to come on. I don't know, but hopefully it goes away quickly, okay? So I was coming on here to do a recap of this past weekend, the performances that I did. I'm going to do a video tonight talking about the performance at the Dark Room and what I thought about it and everything leading up to it. Okay. And then I'll do a video about the other performance that I did with Never Legal. I think it's promotions or productions. I have to look at it and see. But I'll talk about that performance as well because it was definitely a great time. So I plan to do a few videos. I went back and forth about coming on camera tonight, but I feel a little under the weather, so I'm like, let me just not. It's easier just to say it and record it and, podcast it. And I'm going to also put it on my YouTube page. But yeah, so pretty much I'm gonna talk about that. And then I got some other things I want to talk about too. Some other topics I want to kind of get into. Nothing too crazy. Definitely some things that, you know, are for the lovers and stuff of that nature. But I want to, talk about my music and different things that I got going on and some other things. There's a lot of stuff that I'm sorting out, so I look forward to being able to deliver different things. I just had another thought and it went away. Hopefully it comes back. More than likely it will. Oh, I'm also gonna be working on a song, or I already started the song, so I'm gonna be finishing up with my guy, Slap Turner. Gotta give him a shout out, okay? One of my musical soulmates. Okay. I look forward to finishing this song. I just did these performances. So I'm gonna take a little break and then I'm gonna work on a song. And what I've learned is you have to, find that when it comes to music and, your craft, you got to do the schedule that works for you. And I was younger and in my 20s, it seemed like we were performing like every weekend or somewhere performing, but you get burnt out that way. So I'm doing things that make sense so I don't get burnt out and I can enjoy the process of making music. Okay. Hold on one second. I gotta write something down. Okay. So let's see. So this weekend was dope. Like this weekend was super good. I felt it was high vibrations, even though, I'm a little tired or whatever, a little sleepy, but I feel like everything was planned out perfectly and that more importantly, people received it well, because when you plan something out, you don't know how people are gonna receive it or if they're gonna like it or they're gonna be like, oh, that's whack, whatever the case may be, right? So when you plan something out and in your mind, you're like, yes, this is it. Then other people are like, yes, we see what you're doing. That's a great feeling for an artist. Definitely high energy. My guy Mike Thornton, give him a shout out on the keys. Our energy meshed well. Like he came with it, I came with it, and it was, a great combination. So I really appreciated him. We had a good time. We did some videos of us, like at the actual practice place. You can see those on my IG page, Ray Cole Music, and then I actually had like some longer videos, but the sound got a little distorted because the vibrations from like the music and stuff playing. So I may go through and try to see if I can get the best clips, or I might just let it go, because there's some that are on my IG page. You can also check out my TikTok. I have not been on there in a while, but on my TikTok is a lot of art that I find to be very cool. Some of the events that I went to. And then on my Twitter page, So I love books, and if I could, I would go in and probably spend a whole lot of money on books. But seeing that I can't really do that, I try to remember the ones that I like. So, I have like a screenshot or a photo on my phone, so that way I remember like, okay, I want to check this book out. But like, I really want to like create a library. That would be so cool. I mean, I guess in some ways, because I collect books, I have my own little mini section or whatever, but like I want a whole room that's like nothing but books. Um, yeah, yeah. Okay, so that was totally a side note there, okay? So let's get back to the performance, okay? Okay, so what I loved about the showcase. The venue was beautiful. The people were friendly. You could tell everybody was practiced. Everybody was serious about, what they were contributing. It was a full house. Like I got on the stage, because you got to get there a little bit earlier when you are performing. So, when I got there, wasn't really nobody there. So by the time I, get dressed and I get on the stage and it's my time to perform, I look at it as a full house. I was like, whoa, I didn't expect to meet this many people. Um, and it was a great energy when I was performing. Like I felt like I could see people singing, I could see people listening, and that's a good sign when you are performing because you want people paying attention because you don't want your set to be the time folks get up and say, well, let me go use the bathroom. Let me go place that order of wings because, you don't want that to be your set. So I just said, it was great energy. The people that create place, they are always, kind to me and, have looked out for me. And we've been, around each other now. I guess it'll be about 2.5, 3 years, so I like that we were able to, stay connected in that way. Um, yes, what else? The dressing room. Oh, okay, so the dressing room. So when I got there, I like to get dressed at the place sometime because I need my stuff fresh. Okay, like I need my perfume, makeup. I need it popping. Like the show is in an hour. I need my stuff done within that time frame. So that way, when it's time to go up on the stage, your stuff is still sparkling and shining. And not only that, on the car ride, I want to be comfortable. So I'm going to wear comfortable clothes. And then when I'm done performing, I want to be comfortable. So what I usually do is, I get me a pair of heels, but by the time I get back to my seat, I got some tennis shoes or some slippers because, the heels are for the stage, baby. I'm about that comfort. But it was definitely a beautiful dressing room, beautiful venue, nice people. And I love that, it was all ages. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't any little kids in there, but for the most part, it seemed like, the 25 and older crowd. It may have been people that probably was 21 too, or a little bit younger, but I don't know. I didn't ask nobody their age. The band was amazing. They sounded great together. Everybody, really sounded really, really good. It was just a magical night. Like I felt like it was a really good night, and I'm happy I was able to be a part of it. Yeah, it was a really good feeling, because I haven't been really performing like that for the last couple of years. I've been actually starting in like around 2021, 2022. I was in school, so my focus really was trying to like get a corporate type of job because I kind of had put music like off to the side as far as like performing and stuff like that. I would still record music for people, but even that was starting to take a back seat just because, priorities had shifted. So, I was trying to network with the marketing thing. That's why some people may have received me or have seen me reaching out to them because, I'm the type of person that networks in real life. So if I had an opportunity to talk directly to the person that's in charge, I will take it. Like, they either gonna talk back or they not. That's how I figured it. And plus I was learning new stuff. Like one thing I had learned was like elevator pitch. So I was like, I'm gonna try it out. And I tried it out a couple of times and it worked. So, I'm one of those people when I'm learning stuff, I like to actually apply it because then it makes sense. Then you can like see it in action. So to some people it may seem weird, but no, it's a method to my madness. It's just it's a little over your head. Um, but anyway, that's a side note. So back to that evening. I know what I gotta do this time around. When I used to perform when I was younger, sometimes I couldn't stay the entire time. Like, I had a lot of responsibilities where I kind of had to be like Cinderella, like at a certain time this horse gonna turn back into a little pumpkin, but now I can do it. I can't do it all the time, but when I can do it and commit to it, like like if I know I got something going on, so I can come, and I came, and I had my stuff with me, and just really it's like a little job, like a little shift or whatever. So I'm happy that I was able to find a way to work that, you know, and stay and support the other artists. When I first started doing poetry, it used to be from open to close, like we was walking in with them and going out. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely don't mind sitting in that environment and getting all that good energy. Like, come on, bring it to my soul, because I love seeing other artists in their element and do their thing, because it does inspire you. It makes you like, man, like this is a good feeling, especially when you can connect with somebody on that level. In this day and age, people ain't connecting on no real levels. It's the shallow level. That's why when people come across folks that are deep, sometimes it's scary them, because it's like, whoa, you deep. Yeah, yeah, I'm real deep. Okay. Oh, anyways, so what else? What else did I write down? Yeah, the performance was magical. The performance was what a performance is supposed to be. Something that I'm proud of now, you know, where when I was younger, I was, I was learning all the stuff when I was younger, but now like I know what I want my show to look like when I perform, like I know what I want it to look like, the setup and everything. And and I'm actually building it with some people, so I'm excited about that. I got some people to perform with me. I love performing with people because, I don't mind doing a lead singer part, but I also don't mind other people shining and having a moment on the stage with me either. And it also builds a great show, when you have like other people and stuff like that. So I'm just excited about a lot of the stuff that I got working on. Like, I'm just super excited, and I'm planning a whole lot of stuff, and I ain't even like, look, planning it, and I ain't even got the money. But when God bring you to it, God will bring you through it. So if y'all don't see me, that's because I'm somewhere working, okay? Um, but I am going to try to be consistent with this, because since being consistent is key. I don't. I probably will come on camera, but I'm not gonna lie. If I come on camera, that'll be behind a paywall more than likely. It may be some free ones, but I personally could just do the audio. I don't need to come on camera, but I know people prefer to see people sometimes on camera. So that's something that'll be coming in the next maybe few days. Maybe I could do it. And then, like I could do the live Zoom too, because some of the topics, like I said, certain topics I want some participation, people to come in and participate. Um, and then like certain topics, like the love topics, like, I'm like grown. I'm like grown. Okay, so um, I have to put that behind a paywall. That's not saying I'll be saying nothing, too wild or too inappropriate, but I will talk about love stories, and I will give my opinion or matters of the heart, and I'll give my opinion, and some things may not be for little ears, okay? So if you want to be a part of the conversation, I'm gonna work it out. I'm gonna work it out, but that's something that's coming in the future. So let's see. And I got some other topics that I'll be bringing up. It's like, because one of the things that I've been working on is my book, and it's really about my experience as an artist and some other things that I want to, share. So, just stay tuned for that, because I got topics along those lines as well. I think that may be all I want to talk about. My night at the dark room. It was definitely magical, is what, is not what music is supposed to be like. I just knew when I got in there it was gonna be good energy, and you know it was just it was that. And then oh, the somebody put, or whoever was doing the mixing put like an effect on my voice, and I heard it and I was like, oh baby, like, oh, you hear that echo? You know, like it was super cool. Okay, super, super cool. Also, if you like my content and you want to support my creative endeavors, I've attached my Cash App to the screen. If you just got to touch the plate, that's fine. I understand that. But if you want to support this and you want this content to continue, you know, if you can show some love because entertainment is not free. Okay. All right. But I'll probably still do it anyway. I want to do like a season one. So this is, I guess, episode one of season one. All right, y'all.